Schon krass, oder? Der Dings fühlt sich irgendwie voll cool.
Distinct different style, but also very built-in rifle-centric. Will be one of 2 Chinese teams representing, and now into our last section of qualifiers. These are the guys who ended up qualifying in the final week, the last chance to be there. It's Slacks and Keys.
Digga, wie jung die alle sind. Guck mal, den einen da in der Mitte, Digga, wie jung. Der ist 10. Ja, der ist 10. Aber größte Titten als seine Mutter, Alter. Er nennt sich King, aber das tut so weh im Herz. Er nennt sich King. Und der daneben bei Swong. Solving oder Song. Deiner Sturm.
Because a lot of these guys don't know how they play, don't know how to respond when the play style
oder deine Mutter sieht aus wie eine Bratwurst.
Epic Whale and Storm, because this is one of the few fully qualified duos we'll see.
Oder meld mich, du Noob.
What a way to do it, because they came together at the last second as well.
Ich habe meine Flasche auf den Boden geworfen, jetzt bin ich ein echter Gangster. Vinny 1x, Sekiro, MacBook, der rechts oben heißt MacBook. Kalkulator, Digga. Kalkulator. Case. Slavek, Slugges, Song, King, Epic Rail, Sturm, Sexro, Zero. Die sind bei den TSM, Louis.
How do you think that the competition today is going to compare to the rest of the competitions that
What's
you're
up?
leading up to the scrims, whatever the case may be?
For sure, the competition's definitely going to be hard today. Probably the hardest competition yet, but I'm very confident for us to succeed today. So
Awesome. Well, we believe in you guys. Now, Sexro, you told us after qualifying for the last week of duos that you were suffering from tendinitis. Preparing for a competition like this, especially at such a high caliber, there's got to be a lot of stress involved with that. How have you been physically preparing for today?
So basically, I didn't really play much, and then I was just mod reviewing everything. I was just playing the qualifying days, take a lot of awareness, and then it started going away at the end.
Komm, ich glaube unendlich jetzt, aber kannst du mir schnell sagen?
Fantastic. Well, we're all really excited to see you guys. I know that a lot of people are, a lot of TSM fans here and all over the world. It's going to be a great day.
Nein.
There you have it.
Ich schwör auf deine Mutter.
It's not all about just grinding and playing all the way through. You got to do your
Oha, Digga, und schwör auf deine Mutter, wenn es nicht stimmt.
Get those wrist stretches in. That's Zexro's story there. We'll see how they perform today. We've got one final group of duos to let on the floor. It's going to be Serpent
Der Linker.
Skype and Vato, 4 wins and Tugs, Kluja and Thomas H. And finally Puz and Ming.
Guck, ganz oben links. Oder der rechts unten und der rechts unten, der daneben, Digga, die haben einfach Kokosnusskopf.
Able to do it. I got an opportunity to actually talk with Rojo in the practice room, and he says he's excited to be here, wants to play, wants to get on the stage, and knows he'll be able to enact their game plan. He wouldn't tell me what it was, and I wouldn't leak it anyway. Though the stream duo, kind of a little bit of parity there between Vinny and Zexro. Skype battling a ton of wrist issues and then able to overcome it, and I got to speak with him as well, and he's like, I'm just happy. I'm glad I'm here, man, and there was a fantastic post he did about it.
Yeah, he had that Twit longer where he basically went through how he lost his confidence because of his wrist issue and then gained it back because of the support of all you guys at home who supported Skype through his journey, and the French community doing so as well. Moving on forward, Vorwin and Tux, somebody I think is very interesting because they qualified and moved through the entire, they switched duos at the last second, so same thing.
And then you have Kluja, a player who qualified as well for the solo competition, and Thomas, his partner from Singularity. And the final duo, Puz and Ming, representing from South Korea. Unfortunately, there was an Asian team who was unable to make it. Puz and Ming having won in the Week 8 qualifier where there wasn't an additional spot. And on top of that, their consistent placements earned them that ultimate.
Hängt das bei dir gerade auch bei den Eierköpfen da?
With them and have a package set up, and let's see what they had to say.
Jetzt so, endlich. Eierköpfe sind weg. Junge, ihr Chinesen! Guck mal, ihren Kopf an Kokosnüsse.
아, 저는 밍이라고 하고
Halt die Fresse,
아시아에서
Kokosnusskopf.
진출하였습니다. 저는 퍼즈라고 하고 아시아에서 진출한 사람입니다. 성적을 내서 대체 선수로 뽑혀서 왔더니 이제
Es ist bestimmt jeden Tag Reis mit
아시아에서
Eis.
듀오 한 팀이 진출을 못해서 저희가 이제 좋은 기회를 얻게 되어서 이렇게 진출하게 되었어요. 온라인에서 상금을 이렇게 받으면서
Ja, warte mal
같이
kurz.
경쟁하는 게 마음에 들었어요. 유럽 선수들과
Bisschen Alter. Mama?
게임하기 전에 이제
Krieg ich
계속
heute eine
어떻게
China-Pfanne
게임을
zum Essen?
플레이할지 생각을 하고 하는 거죠.
Ja, was für?
그냥 연습을
Was
최대한
für?
시간에
Nee, ich will eine
활용을
China-Pfanne.
하고 최대한 많이 노력을 하다 보면
Hä? Boah, ja komm, Alter, geh
I
weg,
mean,
Mann.
I can only imagine what is going through their heads first, taking the top
Können
spot
Samstag nicht mal Essen zu Hause im Kühlschrank lassen, weil wir abhauen.
consistently best placements, then being chosen
Komm,
as
jetzt
an
essen
opening,
wir.
finding out who're going to be competing, having a chance to represent Asia and South Korea here, and they are very good. They're known for playing aggressively, trying to find a side of a zone, box themselves up, and get some shots towards the side of the rotation. If they can get that position, don't expect them to not be dangerous, because they will make some waves, and that's the competition. Those are all the players. Those are the 100 best Fortnite players in the world, the 50 best duos, and now there's a duo in particular. We talked about it. The loudest duo when they're announced. They want to be the loudest duo when all is said and done. We have Mitro and Mongrel down on the floor. Jordan, what do they have to say?
We are all so excited to see these two play, and honestly, to hear their comms. It's one of my favorite things when I watch these guys play. Now, competing online and competing at a LAN is two very, very different things, obviously. What is the preparation like going into competing at a LAN together?
Competing at LAN is definitely different. Personally, I like it more just because I like the environment, but online is easier, but I don't know, I just like LAN more.
Fair. You can't beat the energy in a stadium like this. A lot of people are really excited and stoked to be here, and especially to see you guys play. We can't wait.
Thank you so much, Jordan. And now just those guys, they sound excited, but that's it. Enough from us talking. The 50 best duos in the world are on the stage competing for their share of $15 million, Balla. And I mean, 6 games away from winning $3 million to the top duo.
Just think about that. 6 games, and then we'll find out who is the best duo in the world. Hands down, no question about it, the best. 6 games. We're going to do that real soon.
The duos world champions will be crowned, but that's it. The pre-show is over. Enough from us up here. We'll be breaking down gameplay.
Mann, jetzt will keiner sehen, du Headblon. Rede nicht zu viel. So ist er. Mann, jetzt hält mein Headset noch was mit Euros. Ih, hast du die Feinste aus? Hallo? Jo. Ja. Ja, ne?
Okay, I'm gonna lose my freaking voice.
It's amazing. It's like you feel so free. It's ridiculous. And our names pop up on the screen. It was pretty surreal. It was a huge.
Ey, heute ist nämlich wieder von 19 Uhr bis so 4 Uhr, ne? Ab jetzt, ich streame gerade. Was? Sollen wir heute länger streamen? Ach ja. Endlich mal jemand, der wirklich sein Wort hält und sonst immer alle direkt gehen immer offline um 2 oder sowas. Und sagen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is
Ja,
the Fortnite World Cup Finals live from my hometown, baby, New York City. Where you at? Where you at? That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. This is it, people. The moment that we've been waiting for. 10 weeks.
Wolltest du mir auch sagen?
Leads to this. I'm your host, Golden Boy, and I couldn't be more pumped
Was gesagt,
to be here because we're about to see the greatest Fortnite players in the world go up against each other in duos competition.
Ja, hab ich nicht gedacht. Ich wusste, dass du wieder reinkommst.
And most importantly, what's right behind me. The championship, the trophy, and the first ever Fortnite World Champion. We're going to crown that today. And it's going to be awesome. And I want to know if everyone here in the Arthur Ashe Stadium, are you hyped? Are you ready? You know what? Maybe I can't do
der mit dem roten Schild, der macht Werbung für sich selber. Der hat dann seinen User-Code und dann seinen Creator-Code reingemacht. Ich weiß. Mhm. Hä, durfte Ninja nicht zur WM oder was?
Now, I know everyone here is excited to get to the games, and we're going to do so in a little bit. The players are gearing up and getting ready to go. You know that each and every one of you inside of this stadium, you're just pumped.
Das Aqua, ey, da war gerade Aqua. Hinter diesem fetten Mann gerade. Das Aqua. Da guck, Aqua.
Obviously, our players are here to win a world championship.
Aqua ist einer der beste, Digga.
Standing by with Jordan Fisher, who are looking like they can contend for the top of the mountain.
Thank you,
Aqua gehört von mir unter die Top 10, ganz ehrlich. Ey, Ghost Idol ist recht.
In this stadium right now that are competing
together,
two of my favorite people to play with, two of my favorite people to watch and study. We have Sean and Aiden. Aiden, one of the most dominating controller players in the world, and he's proved it time.
Digga, ist man nicht nervös, so vor ganz vielen Leuten zu zocken?
One of the most mechanically skilled and gifted players in all of Fortnite. Now, with
Wärst du nervös, sei mal ehrlich.
On a controller and one of you on mouse and keyboard.
Wärst du nervös, sei mal ehrlich.
Strategy that you guys can pull together. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Ey, stell mal vor, stell dir vor, du bist da und zockst mit einem Kumpel und sagst zu denen, haltet die Fresse, ich muss mit dem Kumpel zocken.
And just, you know, me being an aggressive player and having good aim, just we really combo.
Ey, der linke. Ah nee, doch nicht. Der sah aus wie dieser eine.
Sean, you both competed in the Pro-Am yesterday, which was a lot of fun. We all know that was a very sweaty lobby. But your thought process, your strategy going into today, tell me how that differs from yesterday and your performance there.
Well, I think yesterday was like super fast paced. You need to get kills to place well. But today we're going to go for end game, play super slow, and so we can kill it end game.
Fantastic. Well, we're all so excited to see you guys. GB, what do you have for us?
Always a pleasure to hear from the Ghost duo. They're going to look to go to the top, and they very well might do that. Now, I asked you guys earlier, I said, are you ready? So I'm going to ask you again, New York City, are you ready? Oh, no, I got to take the earpiece off. New York City, this is my hometown, and I know we can make some noise, so I'm going to ask you one more time. Are you ready?
Ey, Lecci ist ja auch da, ne? Ey, Atlantis Lecci ist ja auch da, ne?
Ladies and gentlemen,
hallo.
It is time. The Fortnite World Cup Finals live from New York City. Everything on the line here today. My name is Jack Courage Dunlop. And well, guess what? I'm joined by a surprise guest appearance, Tyler Ninja Blevins. I am so excited for today's action. Ninja, dude, the emotion here is insane.
You have no idea, man. These guys have been playing for months, practicing, doing nothing but thinking, eating, sleeping, breathing Fortnite.
That's it, and it's all led to this. I know the nerves absolutely at an all-time high.
I'm nervous right now.
I'm just casting. I'm not even playing. Meanwhile, they're paying for $15 million, but it's not your...
Guck mal, die Links in der Mitte.
Catch everyone up to speed. I know a lot of new eyes will be on Fortnite competitive today. And Ninja, here's the format for points. So, this is duos. If you place in the top 15 duos in this game, they earn 3 points. Top 10, they earn 5 points. Top 5, they earn 7 points. And finally, the Victory Royale, they earn 10 points. Now, those points cannot stack, meaning in a game, you can only get a max of 10 placement points. Also, 1 point per elimination. So finding that good balance between elims and placements will be very key. Here's the prize money breakdown. And Ninja, you've been involved in competitive gaming for a long, long time. Have you ever seen anything like this?
No. I mean, you're looking at first place, $3 million. I mean, heck, I'd even settle for third at 1.8.
Settle.
I'll settle. No, we've been playing. We've both been competing for a long time, and I've been competing for almost 10 years. Prize pool's never even come close to this. This is life-changing.
Yeah, absolutely mind-blowing numbers right there. Again, everyone who made it this far, $50,000 in their pocket, but their eyes are on that top 10. They want to jump up that prize money ladder. Again, we are live right now for the Fortnite World Cup Finals. There are so many talented players here today from across the world. We want to hear your thoughts on Twitter. Use the hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Really, anywhere you can use hashtags. I know we both have our predictions, though.
Absolutely. You want to go first?
No. You go first. Who for you is your standout that you're looking to see if they can take it home today?
Dude, man, I gotta give it up to Mongol and Mitro. I think they're gonna definitely close it out. They've been. I really am just super interested to see how they play. I've been watching a lot of their World Cups after they've already qualified. Hands down, one of the most aggressive duos throughout, the qualifications. But are they gonna do that here? Are they gonna go for placement, or are they gonna still W key like they've always been doing?
That's typically been their gameplay of choice. There's looking at Mongol and Mitro.
Da waren gerade so zwei Chinesen im Hintergrund, da werden doch Leute mal an diesem großen Bildschirm hinten angezeigt, ne? Also da hinter dir. Und die haben ihr Gesicht in die Kamera gehalten, die beiden, also die Jabs und der da rechts neben. Die haben einfach sind einfach mit ihrem Gesicht rangegangen an die Cam. Also vielleicht passiert da gleich nochmal was von meinem Hintergrund. Ah ne, schade. Links ist Benji Fishy. Nee, links ist Miss... Warum ist Savage? Hä, nein, das ist nicht Savage. Hä? Savage ist nicht so fett.
Ninja, I mean, you've watched all these guys. You're absolutely one of the best players in the world, but it's almost like these guys are in a class of their own.
They are, man. I mean, I've competed against some of these guys in some other online tournaments as well, and I mean, literally watching Benji just play out an entire lobby by himself in squads it's like it's art, man. You know what these guys do? It's art. So enjoy.
I know Mr. Savage in a public match got like.
Und der rechts ist ja auch ein YouTuber, ne?
Which is unheard of, all by himself, solo squads. There are so many ways you can watch, though, this weekend. I've been just looking at my phone already. I'm seeing a million plus of you guys.
Mr. Savage ist aber nicht so fett, ne?
As you guys know, so many ways to watch. You've got Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, everywhere where there's live streams. Also, a new Fortnite.com/watch feature that you can go take a look at. You'll see some different individual feeds there that will be a crazy, unique way to watch Fortnite competitive for the first time. I know everyone at home looking forward to seeing their top players perform. This place now, Ninja, is insane.
Packed,
I mean,
man.
This is one of the most ridiculous arenas I think I've ever seen for an esports event, and I know people flooding on in from the outside. I just can't wait to get it started.
Dude,
long time. Long time.
Best of the best, all in the same lobby. All right, in the qualifying matches on Sunday, you're playing against, in a lobby, maybe like 4 or 5 of the teams who are actually here right now, but now this is going to be all of them in the same lobby. Every single battle is going to be the best players in the world fighting against one another. I'm excited to watch the early game when they're landing in their spots. I'm excited to watch the mid game during the rotation. I'm going to be taking notes, and you guys should too.
Yeah. Also, other things that note to take to bring up. We're going to be playing on siphon settings here, increased material favorite. Do you want to explain for everyone at home exactly how that all works?
I'd absolutely love to. So unlike normal matches, when you get an elimination, all right, you're going to be granted with 50 health or 50 shield, depending on what you're missing. And that's also going to give you 1 point as well. They also drop 50 mats of each, wood, brick, and metal. So, eliminations are definitely going to pay off early game as you guys can stack up those materials.
Yep, and remember, that is when you get a full elimination, not when you knock down an opponent.
Warum?
So, if I knock a player, you'll see in this, a lot more times, teams will immediately try to finish that elimination, get the health, go pick up the materials, maybe secure some extra loot. there's a look at the lobby screen. And, you know, Ninja, I was laughing with you earlier when the players were warming up earlier today because they got some warm-up games in. Obviously, for many of them, it's their first time in a major LAN event. They wound up going through and they were just sitting at Spawn Island like they were right now. I mean, look at the build battles happening on Spawn Island. They're all editing, they're all aiming. None of them are just sitting still. The nerves running through them insane. The average age in today's tournament, 16 years old.
Aber doch nicht doll, oder?
Are going to walk away with $1 million+ this weekend. At 16, what would you have spent your money on? I don't even want to know.
Rechts ist ein Gurtufer.
Just a bunch of candy and energy drinks, man. I didn't really.
Ey, scheiß Fliege! Geh runter von meinem Fuß und Potze!
Nothing's changed.
So bin ich auch.
It's so much fun, man. Again, people flowing on into the venue.
Hab mich gerade kurz gestummt, okay?
Looking at these contested
Meine Mutter kam in mein Zimmer rein.
Yeah, man. You know, Aiden had been landing there throughout
Was
all
denn?
the qualifiers. You see, you know, Mongrel and Mitro. I've been hearing some notes about, you know,
Ja,
tilted
natürlich.
towers and or Neo tilted as it's now called, of where they're going to go.
Ey, das muss das Savage hinter dir fett sein.
6 games.
Ja,
You
da
know how
jetzt.
detrimental it could be to your mental state if you have one where you kind of drop right off spawn and get taken out.
Yeah.
What is your game plan here? Are you going there? You know how many people land there? You just go and play your game?
No, I think
you shy away? What do you do?
Oh man, these guys have been practicing.
Warum?
They
Was
know
denn?
that they're going to be contested. They know that, and they're not. You know, if they're intelligent players, they're going to play exactly how they've been practicing the last 10 World Cup.
Ich geh was zum Trinken holen, ne?
Where they go, they're going to push where they're going to push, and you know they're not going to care who it's going to be. Now me, honestly, I'd like to say that that's how I play, but dude, in a situation like this, I think that if I saw someone contesting my drop, I'd definitely defer and try to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, you have one bad game, getting over that's going to be a huge mental obstacle, right? You get knocked first.
Yeah.
That's going to be something that you're going to be thinking about in the second game, the third game. Oh my gosh, should we change our landing spots? And then if you're thinking like that, it's over.
Yeah, and I keep seeing you look down. You're like eagerly wanted to talk about this map. We have what the first map is going to be in front of us. But again, guys, there's so many exciting things going on in the world of Fortnite right now. One of the new limited time modes that is actually going on. Prop Hunt, we watched a little bit of it yesterday, but again, made by Straight Kite. It's a fun little, you know, hide and go seek game almost. Ninja.
Prop Hunt is the greatest thing that Fortnite has created from creative. It is amazing. It is hilarious. I mean, we were literally getting like angry and also just laughing hysterically right when we're about to, you know, make it into the incinerator and get our points. It's just so fun. I mean, you could be a toilet. You know, you want to be anything. You want to be a pink flamingo, a bus. Go for it.
Go for it.
Just go for it.
Yeah, we've had some fun games of Prop Hunt that we played. But again, right now, live in the gameplay for free, Prop Hunt. A little bit different than the competitive settings. Obviously, Arena, it's been talked about, Ninja. This is the most played for a tournament ever in the history of gaming. 40 million competitors, down to the top 200. To be exact, 178 because of the double qualified players.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, that is, you can't even put in like your head just how insane those numbers are.
I think it's just important to show and let everyone know that, man. Just Epic continues to change the game. Making these qualifiers online, it just allowed so many of these kids to be here today because they've been able to play, you know, from the comfort and safety of their home instead of traveling.
Doch, man kann
across the
damit
world
machen, aber
just
ist
to
schwierig.
qualify. So I think this is one of the first times we've seen something like this, a qualifying like this. And
Ja,
I'm just excited to watch these
also,
kids
aber nur wenn man
dominate
nach
the
New
next
York fährt.
freaking 4 hours, 6 hours. I'm ready to stay here all night.
Hey, I'm down to stay here all night. I have no problem with that. I'm sure the arena is as well. When you talk about LAN events, right, you have so much competitive experience. You've been to so many across different games and genres.
Warum, eine Frage, warum fahren die da hin, um sich das Game anzugucken? Die bezahlen sich so viel Geld, sie können es doch auch einfach in Fortnite angucken, oder nicht? Hey, doch.
Well, do what I always tell people when they're saying, you know, hey, Ninja, I'm going to a tournament, any advice, right? You know, it's, dude, do exactly what you do at home.
Nein.
You wear socks and, you know, no shoes at home.
Ach so, ja, die kriegen dann so ein E11, die kriegen dann so ein Sprays geschenkt, oder? So eine ganz seltenen.
Don't try to change anything up. Drink what you normally drink before the games, water, energy drinks, whatever
Oh,
the case may be. Or, you know,
wow.
eat what you're going to eat. Don't change anything up. It's very important to get in that mental state of what you do and how you've been practicing the entire time at home.
I've even heard of something like don't change your sleep schedule and absolutely for this, like literally. Again, we talk about how there's $30 million on the line of the Fortnite World Cup Finals across today and tomorrow, but
Der eine hat sich ein Gesicht ausgezogen, dass die beide sogar 3.
That happened yesterday at the Creative World
Guck mal
Cup
die
Finals.
Gesichter.
Let's take a look.
place, and we're here in the player lounge right now, joined by the winners of the Creative World Cup. First of all, congratulations. Now, Scissors, how does it feel now to solidify that title?
It's kind of awesome considering I love creative mode. It's thriving, it's awesome, I love it.
Now, Tyler, did you ever believe that you guys would secure the position here today?
Yeah, I always knew we had it in the bag. You know, we're the week 1 qualifiers. We're the most stacked team. There was no competition. Just when the last map was a death run, I knew we had that in the bag. We got some good players here. I knew Zan would clutch up, and he did just that.
You could tell he lifted the finger. He said, we need 1 coin. Just grab this coin right down here. If he can do this without being eliminated.
There it is. The win. Oh, he missed it, but gets it with the trap trigger.
You realize that one jump won this group here an extra $1 million.
It's unreal. Like, if you want to practice with death runs,
Der hat 1 Million Euro gestern gewonnen, Digga.
Blindly, like, try and like change everything you do every time you fail.
Suzu, can you see yourself doing even more with creative? I mean, the success of today. Will you continue to go and play creative maps?
I think I would definitely stay consistent with creative because I feel like there's a lot of potential in creative still, and yeah, definitely this is my thing.
But I want to go down the line and see what each of you guys plan on doing with that prize.
I'll probably end up like saving most of the money, maybe like some investments.
He's 18, and he just won $336,000. What are you gonna do with the prize?
Rent? Yeah, I think rent.
I'm gonna be responsible. I'm gonna save my money.
I am going to be responsible and probably just invest most of it and try and get even more money back.
All right, guys, congratulations again. Absolutely outstanding job. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I cannot wait to see what the future of Creative Fortnite looks like.
The Creative World Cup Finals, so much fun yesterday. Again, congratulations to Scissors and his team. $1.3 million won. I'm going to address the elephant in the room here, and it's not Tim the Tabman. You didn't win that, Tyler.
That's correct.
What exactly happened here?
That's correct. No, we got 4th place, but, you know, the crew that I picked out, man, Pal, Taco, and Kaz, just a good bunch of kids, man. I mean, I think, and I also got to meet a lot of the creators, the ones who developed a lot of the maps. And just a lot of passion from these guys, man. And, you know, I was really happy that I was able to, not even me, together as a unit, we pulled in, you know, 300 or 295,000 as a team. Dude. I mean, little whips, man. You know, we were just killing it, little ice creams. But that event was so incredible. And just another thing that kind of came out of nowhere again, that Epic changed the game with creative. You know what I mean? It kind of popped up out of nowhere. All these people, so many people. There were hundreds of people here because of creative.
Yeah. And again, I know I've talked to Scissors about it too. Now it kind of inspired one of the 3 maps yesterday for you. What was
du wieder da oder bist du immer noch weg?
Was it the run?
Junkyard Juke, bro. Okay. Hands down, Junkyard Juke is the most fun game I've ever played. I mean, if you're going to go in with a crew of like 32 people, if you can even muster up, I want it to be a playlist where I can just go and play Junkyard Juke, and it just fills in 32 people. It's so much fun, man.
I'm with that. What about, should we get the whole squad together or not?
I'm down with. Oh, we totally should. We should get a massive content creation squad and just go into that. It'd be the most funny thing in the world. I mean, there's nothing greater when you're a little teddy bear and you're just walking around like trying to make it in. It's amazing, man.
Hey, listen, it's all fun and games here. Obviously, the theme of this weekend. Things going on outside of the fan festival. There's also the Battle Pass redemption. Everyone here has got tickets, has the commemorative tickets. So many things to look back on and remember these moments. For a lot of people here, whether they're players or the individuals and fans who traveled, it's their first time in New York City. Such a legendary, iconic place to have this major event. You see again the crowd continuing to fill on in, just getting some final things set up for the game so we can get it all launched for you. But trust me, we're all eagerly awaiting the start as well. So many organizations represented throughout the weekend, and I have just received the word that we want, man.
Lass mal noch eine Runde spielen, das wird erst gleich anfangen. Ja, ehrlich?
And gentlemen, the Fortnite World Cup Finals duo competition begins right now.
Wo ist der Mongrel? Ey, das Slappy, das ist auch so eine Slappy in Deutsch.
Off the bus, man. You're flying. Someone's gonna die. Someone's gonna be eliminated. Who's gonna be the first one? Yep. You don't want to be the first one knocked out in the World Cup. I mean, literally, I knocked him like, it was the first game in the Pro-Am, and that was just amazing. You can't live that down. I don't want to be the first person knocking this.
No, for sure. As now we immediately hop on board with my pick to dominate today, Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage, and they're heading right towards Happy Hamlet, a place they've called home so many times, and this is contested.
It's already contested. You're
flying on into here, Ninja. The early game's so key, and already Benji Fishy trying to put shots down range with that revolver, but area is contested. You see they're kind of split from each other right now. What are their comms like in this exact moment?
I mean, I think right now they're just going to be trying to hear exactly what these guys are. Any type of information they can pass off to one another is going to be very important. They've been practicing this landing. I'm pretty sure I've watched these guys play literally every week because they're from EU, so they were before NA qualifiers. And yeah, this is
exactly die direkt anfangen zu kämpfen oder dürfen die erst später anfangen?
And you're honestly at a disadvantage if you do land in the same house because you're going to be getting less shields of one another, right? Less chances of getting shotguns and things like that. And I'm just interested to see how they're going to play this out. Are they going to be aggressive? Or are they going to back down?
Well, we just saw the first zone has been revealed, and it is a northern side zone, so anyone in Happy Hamlet not safe. Polar Peak, Frosty Flights, Paradise Palms, Lucky Landing, all not safe. So we continue to keep an eye on this fight. 98 players remaining right now in this game. Now we mentioned the
increasing right now, so
we're getting a couple trees. We're getting 20, 30 materials like it's nothing. Let's shift our focus, though, towards the middle of the map here at Dusty Divot, and it looks like Landjock and Punisher go out very, very early in this first game to Tetra and Eclipse, the new Rogue members.
They're wasting a lot of material right now. You can already see it. You've got only 100 matches left. That's 10 builds. These early game fights are always so detrimental. You have to be very, very, very
particular
how many mats you're going to use when you're trying to ramp rush somebody, because if you make it there and they shoot you out and you have no mats, I mean, you're left with literally nothing to protect yourself with.
And look at the advantage that you now have. Tetra hasn't had any shields, but because 2 eliminations come on through, he gets both. That's 50 shield per elim, putting him at max HP, and now he can completely change how he takes this fight. It's not like the normal games where
you might
play a little more passively. No, because of the elims, they now have Dusty Divot to themselves. They pushed out the Asian duo, pushing towards that top Dusty Divot side of XX7 and Mend, and now they're sitting pretty. Divot all to themselves. They've got metal galore here, as well as wood. The one material that really be lacking is going to be stone.
Yeah, definitely going to be lacking stone. They can get a 500 metal, which is going to be their most valuable asset.
Es gibt noch
I'm just interested to see is, they have no rotation items.
Yeah.
When you're looking over there, so hopefully they find something that's going to help them rotate later. There are no balls that spawn in Dusty, so no ballers. It's going to be very difficult to make it to the late game.
Oh my God, Digga.
Crazy rotation.
Another fight going on towards Fatal Fields, and with how little materials there are, you got to think these players down low who are already just on light HP are in a tough spot, and there it is. Scarlet and his duo, Bell, get the quick elimination onto Brush. And that's going to push back Brush's duo into Fatal Fields and try to hide for a brief moment. Another rough start right there. So much stone in Fatal Fields. I feel like Fatal Fields is a underrated landing spot.
I think you can get everything at Fatal Fields. You definitely get wood and brick very quickly, and then there's definitely some metal that you can gather around.
So lucky, Digga.
Cars and things like that. Some tractors there in the sticks. But listen, man.
Das Bell, Digga. Bell ist gut, Digga.
Well, it's a double-edged sword too, because yes, Sizz is by himself, but we've all experienced how easily you can hide in that brush there in the cornfields. These top players who land Fatal Fields know how to actually navigate the loot in the corn without breaking the corn. So
I need to break the corn every time.
Right, same. I'm not good enough to know, but there's a certain path you can go on, and Sizzlucky will actually be able to go back and pick up Brush's cards. So this is key.
You think you should go
for it? Vans, remember, when you get brought back, you only had 100 HP and a common pistol. That will bring a lot of attention if you are Scarlet and Bell. Are you sprinting back over that fight? I think so. Now across the map, though. An engagement going out between KBB, Yuang, and their duo up against Vinny and
John Bale.
There's the knock right
Du
there.
hast doch vorhin noch gemeckert und bist rausgegangen. Was willst du denn jetzt von mir? Was? Du hast vorhin gemeckert und bist dabei rausgegangen.
Hey, ich bin nicht rausgegangen, du bist rausgegangen. Du hast gesagt, du musst verlassen.
Da muss ich ja, weil ich jetzt mit ihm die ganze Nacht durchzocke.
spray it out and hopefully find
Und wir gucken gerade Fortnite WM.
Healing up. Yeah, Zexro has minis as well as big shields, so we'll be able to get back to full shield. And Yuang now in a tough spot.
Nicht schon der fuckt ab, wenn du mit ihm zusammen
Zex
zockst.
definitely can interrupt this now. He took too long to start going.
Oder er geht die ganze Zeit nur auf Lamas, nichts anderes. Ihr sterbt die ganze Zeit und du stirbst die ganze Zeit und was macht er? Er ist Lama sammeln und du stirbst dann endlich und guckst ihn zu, wie er Lamas sucht.
Zexro staying confident though, knowing right now still.
Er sucht den ganzen Tag nur Lamas.
The teammate has to be at 30 health. The wall comes through, trying to spray it. And it's not going to happen. And you see Zexro right there, hands right to his head. Some solid damage done, but Yuang dropped down to 59 HP. But with that elimination, we'll bump back up to over 100.
Meine?
Very close right there, Ninja, with the drum shot.
Da hast du gesagt zuerst.
Checking out the storm right now. A lot of these players, there's a lot. You guys can't see the screen, but there are plenty of people who are outside. They're going to start their rotations in. And this is actually where a lot of very talented players with their aim complete a lot of kills. This is actually my teammate and I's reverse. Our strategy was to try to get in those spots. People who are going to be flying throughout the sky using a lot of
Geh mal bitte raus, Dankeschön, Pisse. Hab dir eine Ansage gemacht, dass er gehen soll. Ich hab gesagt, kannst du bitte gehen, ich hab Angst vor dir.
Nate Hill and Funk of FaZe Clan currently set on up near Lazy Lagoon. And Ninja, this is your landing spot that you went to with your duo reverse. What are maybe some little tips and tricks for players at home who like to land here?
Yeah, all right, so there's, if you go on the boat, on the ship, every single one of the masts is like worth 200 wood. So you definitely want to go for those and easily get max wood in arena in probably less than 10 seconds. Also, there are some metal anchors in town.
Der hat gestern auch schon gespielt.
300 metal, which is, you know, like the most valuable material that you can get.
Every rate.
I mean, I'm just 91 players. I mean, have we talked about Storm Surge? I mean,
we haven't yet. I was going to let that be a bridge when we cross it, but
because 91 people.
Ey, Ming und Putz spielen zusammen,
We're gonna have Storm Surge in every game.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be like.
Hä, seit wann zocken Ming und Putz zusammen?
The team that has done the least amount of damage.
Hä, ich hab die noch nie zocken sehen.
Yes, and it tells the players on their screen what the damage threshold is. If you're used to playing at home, you probably have never experienced Storm Surge in a normal game, but it is very common in competitive because everyone wants to last until late game, earn those extra points, and wind up getting those placement points to come on through. Watching Letwick and flexing right now, it's so scrappy, Ninja. It's not your normal game where you get to look up and freely grab everything you want. Here, I mean, look at the inventory. A common heavy assault rifle, 2 heavy bullets.
Yeah, I mean, people are not going to be able to loot. They're not going to be able to loot normally. You have every single spot is definitely going to be contested.
Nein, das ist der goldene Hängegeld, den bekommt man, wenn man in der WM ist.
Constantly worried about getting sniped from the side. All it takes is 2 seconds of being caught off guard, and you can get dinked twice with an infantry rifle, and boom, there goes 160 health, man, just like that.
Auf was wetten wir?
89 players left now in the lobby as Twiz and Cover H, the duo, do get cut down. 45 duos remaining. The second zone has just been revealed, and again, Storm Surge will begin after that. I absolutely think it's going to happen. That will be for 70+ players. So you keep that in mind as this goes on. Players who haven't really done any damage will know that they're going to be at a point where their hand is kind of got to be forced. They're going to have to put on a little bit of pressure. You're going to see the game pick up just a little bit here. There's Snappy and Red Rush. Already in the next zone, they're more than happy to just farm up this metal structure and claim it as their own.
Streams kann man noch nicht schneiden, wenn man schon fertig ist. Also ich jetzt 11 Stunden lang an einem Ding schneide. Dauert dann wahrscheinlich sogar noch länger. 11 Stunden.
I mean, I'm still looking at a lot of these guys' inventories. One guy just gets knocked in front of him, like gonna try to save his team. It's not gonna happen.
Ja, genau,
There's
Digga.
not a lot of rotation items. I haven't seen a lot of shockwave grenades.
Vor allem, weil ich auch ein Video von mir schneide, ne? Weil ich nicht mal einen PC mehr habe.
It's gonna be such a the rotations late game are gonna be nuts. People are going to get lasered out of the sky.
Now all by himself in a 1 versus 2 as his teammate did go down. You see Parpy and Volks still quite healthy between the two of them. Over 140 HP for both of them. Parpy still playing the slow ground, trying to spray out the opponent, and look at the material count for Volks. 135 total builds. It does look like Letwick just kind of ran away, but I don't believe Letwick was able to grab his teammates' reboot card, so will basically be by himself the rest of this game.
You know, it's going to be almost impossible to perform alone when your teammate is knocked. And there's the Storm Surge warning. These guys are 106 above it. You guys can see that, which means that there's somebody who has 106 damage less than them that is currently below the threshold, that they are going to need to hit some people, deal some damage, and that's actually the beauty of Storm Surge, right? You don't necessarily only want people kind of just lingering around in their one-by-ones, praying that the circle moves to them. You're gonna see some fights that are gonna be forced to break out.
Das ist Skeptic, Digga. Skeptic, der hat blaue Haare.
Now moving towards the Dusty Divot Diner.
Das ist Skeptic, der ist jung, Digga.
Yeah, the very young duo from NA East, and you just said yourself, I didn't know you
Skeptic
could
ist
farm
so
this.
jung, ne?
This is the beauty of it, right? These are the top players in the world showing off the
Schau,
little
sag
things
mal,
that
wer
they know
Skeptic an,
that
dass er so
really
jung
no one
der
else
ist.
can pick up on. Many teams already stacking here, as there's so many materials to be farmed up. And for a lot of players, Ninja, once they get max, they don't just stop there. They keep farming to have an excess for more if they need to expend a lot of materials quickly. Yes. On the bottom right of your screen, you see a fight going down in Salty Springs. A lot of grenades being thrown right there. That's going to be Serpent and Hype.
Serpent and Hype in a pretty decent spot. You're seeing, if you guys can look on the mini-map that we're staring at, every single team is now in the safe zone. Everyone is safe in the next circle. It is moving in. And double heavy sniper is in play. For those of you guys who do not know, a heavy sniper will take out a metal wall, will take out pretty much anything. It does 1,500 damage to structures. So if you have two teammates who have double heavy snipers, they can see a team line up a shot or somebody hiding in a 1-by-1 and be able to take them out.
And that changes the game completely. Once you hear double heavy, you can no longer sit still.
Habe ich wirklich die Arme gesagt? Nee,
you have to make sure you have at least 2 walls of cover on that side to protect you from the inevitable double snipe. And when we say double snipe, it's as far as 1, 2, 3, shoot. And they both fire at the same time and catch you off guard.
There's absolutely 0 time to react. One thing you guys all the rotation items. We got 6 shadows for this guy, and they have a baller, so they're sitting pretty. I think these guys are in a great spot.
Absolutely. And you see the zone did just update towards the northern side of this current storm. Storm Surge is now in play, so players beginning to drop. 80 players in total in this game. They will just rotate on out of here. Hype and Serpent don't want the fight. And that's Jay now quite weak. With Storm Surge beginning to tick in. Quentin and Lanouf now having to push a fight as Storm Surge is affecting them as well. And you see it just kind of smites them down from the heavens, and there they go. Getting dropped by Storm Surge. Unfortunate for them, but again, with not enough damage done, they do fall below that threshold.
Jeez, man, Storm Surge really does just force people into some pretty tricky situations. But again, man, it just goes to show a lot of aggressiveness is going to pay off for teams, man. You don't want to be put in that situation where, you know, you have to desperate and push. Maybe a duo that's better than you in combat. You know what I mean? And Airwax and Nikov just
That's a replay.
Was that a replay? They just went down.
Airwax and Nikov are winners. Well, Airwax at least are back-to-back winner of the Pro-Am. Does go down. Airwax double qualified as well. Tough first game for them as they do go out quite early on. 71 players left in this game. 38 duos. Again, it's a slow crawl as everyone begins to drop. Have you ever seen anything like this in competitive?
No, I think that the only time that we saw numbers like this were when the circles
Skeptic
were,
ist
they
aber
didn't
ohne
really
Witz,
chunk
ich
that
glaube,
much
der
and they were
ist
more
14 oder
centralized in the beginning
13,
of
keine
competitive.
Ahnung.
So really no one had to rotate
Mit
that
einem
much.
ist der
and no one had
Savage,
to
der ist
fight.
auch
So now that these
15,
circles
ne?
are really just kind of moving around the map, you
Oder
can't really
14.
predict them. I mean, you're getting these players who have, again, the great aim, and they're just beaming people who are focusing
Ja,
on
es ist
trying to
aber
go
zu
through the circle. Now look, there's so many people coming from the south right now. And it's just pretty
Da
cool.
oben ist Mitro mit Mangral auf dem Berg.
With solid aim, man. You're going to Texture right now, already getting beamed. He's spamming the spacebar, trying to make it as difficult as possible to hit. He sees a lot of, already trying to figure out right now, where's he going to land? Look at all these people who are already boxed up. They're already creating these tunnels. More shots coming down. And he's going to be able to make it. 8 grenades. So that's going to be, I mean, if he can get in a position where some players are already getting focused on the outside, 8 grenades, he might be able to clean up those kills too.
Yep, that's right there. They do box up in time. Did take some shield damage, but thankfully they have some minis to replenish that in just a few brief moments as there's Eclipse now using them. He's got his teammate right next door as well. Medkit, so they're going to pop that too. Every little bit of HP matters. Save the campfire for the late game, it appears.
Definitely got to save the campfire.
In the elimination feed right there. Here's a look at Mongrel earlier with his duo Mitro. They're set up currently in this zone. 68 players left.
Love watching this guy play, man. I'm serious. I mean, here's you just check his inventory. Only got 2 guns right now, which is immature rifle and a combat shotgun, so he has no spray guns. All right, spray guns are anything to an SMG, tactical assault rifle, SCAR, anything like that. You know, we've got to have a gun that can shoot pretty quickly to kill players and hit players through their 1-bys. You know, very difficult.
Das ist wie Mitro.
Too, though. 5 slurps, 2 slurps. 5 chug splashes.
And they already have a slurp ticking. This is insane.
They're super close to the zone as well. They don't have to move too far.
Yep, and material-wise, look at that, 135 total builds. They're in a fantastic position to make some noise in game number 1. We'll definitely keep up to date with them.
Ich wette, du bist ein richtiger Billie Eilish-Fan.
Begins to shut down Ninja.
Hey, guck mal, Bloß hier ist alleine.
Still available in this current zone. A lot of players are going to use that to rotate on in freely without using launch pads or the shadow bombs. There's your whole map right there. The eastern side of the zone. None of these players really going to be able to play. They're going to have to inch a little bit more towards Loot Lake if they want to be safe.
Some of the best. I mean, look, these are the best players in the world. They don't
Hey, that's
compare
next.
to one another, man. I'm so excited that they actually have to force into these fights. The Storm's going to start pushing them. I'm sorry, man. I just can't, man. You guys notice also, Stinks, man, these players are so talented. It's going to be so hard to spray through their walls and actually deal damage to them. So you need things like grenades, like Stinks, right? Little fart bombs is what I like to call them, to force people out of their 1x1s and try to shoot them as they're rotating away and trying to build new 1x1s to dodge the Stinks.
You see the Stinks right now going down on Mongrel. And Mongrel gets immediately ripped in two as it seemed like the lobby began to focus him right there. His duo still alive.
With good rotation, luckily.
Definitely has a bunch to, to be able to play with. The next Storm Surge has begun to kick on in. Mitro, 12 damage below, will have to begin to put shots down range. The zone pushing as well. So in this position, with the zone at their back, Mitro's goal, players who have to push from the zone. They have one way they can go. They can't afford to take storm damage. They've got to push right at it. Mitro knows that. Now begins the fire. Dubs just below as well. One of the players who qualified multiple times through solos and then once in duos.
They also have some great rotation. 2 ballers still intact. And here's the thing that you just mentioned, all these players who are going to be rotating in, being forced to rotate in, everyone knows that.
Very little ammo though. Look, these are the last 9 assault rifle shots in Dubs' inventory. It is getting scrappy, folks. And there's the split. Still only 80, meaning combined between the two, they really only have about 150 shots to work with. The zone still pushing. 61 players left. Reminder, folks, this is game number 1 of 6 today in the duos competition. Dubs does go down as a player got that back wall and he wasn't quite ready for it. Mega frantically backing on up, trying to create some space. Will he be able to go?
He's going to be able to pop that slurp. He's got
the storm surge on.
Trying to be aggressive. Oh, he's still below, right? He's going to need to be aggressive. He won't even have time to revive his teammate.
Aber der hat ja keinen Schaden
His teammate
bekommen.
got finished, actually, so he's got all the shields in the world. He can get back up to full health. Storm Surge is still ripping him apart. That slurp is barely keeping him alive.
Hitting him for 25 damage every time it winds up ticking. There it is again, dropping on in. Mega's hand is forced. Some big damage right there, still below. As players are continuing to drop all around, but Mega doing a solid job of keeping himself alive right now through the Storm Surge. Fantastic composure. Again, one of the young players on this stage looking to try to secure the title of Fortnite World Champion. No more Dubs. The duo
still
down.
So now finally above.
Yep.
Finally above, and guess what? The most important thing to realize, guys, look at that rotation. Yes, he's alone. Yes, his teammate's down. But he has an incredible kit to not only make it to late game, but maybe even clutch this win out.
He dropped the shotgun. Okay, there you go.
Got the combat shotgun, one of the greatest shotguns to have late game. Does incredible damage, long range and close range. And all the guys, the circle just rotated now into the storm. Massive amounts of distance needs to be covered.
This storm surge is insane. It's still going on.
Finally taken out. 52 players left. And this is where things are about to get serious, guys.
Thomas drops some ammo right there for his teammate, Inclusia. And you see Thomas, that epic infantry rifle, one of your favorite weapons, Ninja. What is so good about that assault rifle?
It 100% rewards pinpoint accurate players, right? There's no bloom necessary. Your marker, your aim is right on their head. Boom, you're going to get that headshot. You're going to get 80 points of damage. And there's now the upgraded versions, the Legendary and the Epic, have 10 shots instead of 8. So I mean, it just packs a punch, man. It can really catch players off guard. And that's exactly what you're going to need when you're playing against these top players who will literally build and protect themselves when they get shot once.
Folks, there are 45 players left in this very, very small zone. We are now on our 6th storm. You see it's about to begin to move, and players will frantically have to go across the map. Zayt and Saf right now discussing exactly what they should drop, pulling up their map, looking exactly where they have to go. 44 left in this one.
We already got people using shockwave grenades, guys. This is a very far rotation for the second movement circle, so this is actually going to move very quickly. These people are going to potentially get stuck on their launch pads because there's so much frequent building. It's going to be nuts, and who's going to try to take the high ground? Because after this first circle goes, this is where people start to only try to use a high ground.
And we know high ground is everything in competitive Fortnite late game. Everyone frantically moving away from the common enemy of everyone, which is that storm circle. Macwood taking zone damage. Daedra as well. King slowly bouncing on through with the Shadow Bomb. And does land. Yes, but taking no storm damage, just playing right on the edge of it. Yeah, right on the edge of the zone right now. Will just stay boxed up for a brief moment. As now there's 36 players remaining, stomping the elimination feed. Arkram now goes down as well. You can see the elimination feed on the top left to keep track of your favorite players. There's so much is going on. This is what tunneling is. When you hear players mention tunneling, this is it right here. You move with the zone, you tunnel your way in, give yourself cover, but not a lot of materials left. Only 22 builds, and this zone is stacked. But look who's on the high ground. It's Mr. Savage and Benji Fishing.
That would be your 2 picks, so good for you. All right, I have to owe you a bet there, man. That, all right. Bongo, unfortunately, do you still know if Mitro's still alive? I mean, listen, people are dying left and right, being eliminated. More Savage just used another shotgun grenade. He already had high ground, though. The question is, are people going to try to take it? You know that if you really want the chance to win this, you're going to have to try to take the high ground off him or have a rocket launcher to just take him out of it.
He's just so weakened. Mr. Savage just looks up and beams the player out of the air. It's all Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage in the elimination feed right now. 24 players left in this one. But 20 duos. There's almost no duos remaining, Ninja.
Right, it's all solos, and this is kind of what's going to happen, man.
Mr. Savage goes down.
It's up to Benji, and listen, Benji's been in this position before. We know he can handle it. Mitro's still in the game as well. I just saw him. He looks incredibly healthy, but now taking some storm damage. Benji's just going to try it. Look at the materials. Not a lot left. They're only using their shadows. I think he has 1 build left.
Yep.
That's it. That's all he has.
He's got 10 total builds.
10 total builds.
He's just trying to outlast as many players as possible. Remember these placement points. We've made it into our top 10 duos. Now into our top 8. Zayt and Saf now. Zayt and Saf now on the high ground.
This game.
One of the few, the only duo left. This has a Zayt and Saf win written all over it. Mitro, Mongrel's duo, was all by himself very early on. Still alive in this one. 40R Storm now getting beamed. Can the North American duo of Zayt and Saf close this out? Raining down fire from up top. You see the frantic builds coming in. Benji Fishy goes down. Mega, Mitro, and Scarlet on the low ground. Shots still coming on in. Zayt and Saf just sitting pretty.
Mitro just got a double, I think.
Mitro
5 limbs.
Tries to get it done. Not enough. Zayt and Saf, 2 versus 1. Will they take game number 1? Yes, they will.
Zayt and Saf had the high ground, and they used it the entire game. Rain fire from above. We're able to make up 5 limbs plus 10 placement points. That's going to be 15 points. Game 1.
Talk about a monster game number 1. You saw the immediate reaction. They know how key that was. And I've watched so many games of competitive Fortnite, Ninja. They were the only duo left with still like 18 players remaining. When they get the high ground like that, they send 1 player down to get close. Scarlet was already weak, and there's just no shot. In the end, the veteran players of Zayt and Saf take game number 1. And you know, Ninja, that was a big topic of conversation. Players with LAN experience, players who've been around the Fortnite competitive scene at these major events for a long time. Will they let the nerves get to them? Guess what? The answer is no. Zayt and Saf take game number 1.
Kept their composure. It was absolutely incredible to watch, man. And seriously, these guys have been absolutely dominant in the World Cup qualifiers online. And it's only fair that they continue to show their dominance here at the actual World Cup stage.
Brilliant performance. You know that their game plan is always last as long as possible.
Absolutely.
But the fact that they made it through those storm surges, even with them not getting very aggressive, they had 0 limbs down to those final few moments. Mr. Savage and Benji Fishy, we have to talk about them for a second as well. The European young duo, they were on the
Du ekelhafter Hurensohn!
Early on, Elevate does get cut down, so a tough start for the duo from 100 Thieves right there, as you've got to wonder if Arkham's still alive. Either way, though, Daedra and M11Z
looks like they have players
down in Loot Lake, in Loot Lake, Lucky Landing, and they do have a duo nearby.
Looks like they're trying to obviously back away, want to farm up. Lucky Landing is not really a 4-person landing. When more than two people land here, one of them is going to be leaving a little bit handicapped. Yu Wang in a fight right now, popping that last big shield, so all of his damage that he will take from now on will be permanent unless he gets an elimination and gets...
And look at how good these stink grenades are right now. Scram and Mexi have lost so much HP off the start of this one, just from getting ticks. The spray does come on through. A third party, though, beginning to shoot down on a Yu Wang. So another player putting their attention towards this fight.
Trying to line of sight
at Snobby, but KBB does go down. It's now Yu Wang all by himself, and no materials left, Ninja.
He can't even take a wall.
They're really, this is an abysmal position to be in. Yu Wang knows that, trying to fall back to his teammate to maybe sneak a revive, but I just don't see.
These players really are kind of hesitant. You know what I mean? They don't necessarily want to push. There is a third party now. They don't have a lot of shield.
Are they going to get off
the right play? They're going to go forward. Yu Wang no shield, and he's going to get the double. He's going to get the double and the revive on KBB. And there was some delicious shockwave grenades that just slid down the ramp.
Yu Wang takes them down. The 4 builds left. I believe there was some help. The shots that came in from that third team getting nearby, which weakened them at first. Yu Wang gets the cleanup on the last one right there. What a swing for the duo. Shot does come in onto Keys, though, as another fight going down just outside the desert side of the map. Keys and Slacks up against 2.
Running out of materials already, and guess what? These guys are at the farthest point of the storm.
Yep.
So this is not, they can't afford this fight, right? The longer this takes, they're not going to be able to get materials. They're going to be burning all the materials in this fight right now. So they're definitely going to need these elims to make up for it.
That was
and look at the knock on Landjock.
And Landjock and Punisher went down early last game as well, and it looks like Landjock will suffer the same fate here.
Upgraded combat shotgun, you know he's going to take that. Punisher trying to make some plays here. Still, now it is a 2-on-1 situation.
Jetzt einfach.
Just need to play the numbers advantage. And again, Storm is about to start moving, so they're going to have to make some plays sooner rather than later.
No ammunition. Very few build. No shield. This spells disaster, and Punisher goes down, and there's the frustration in the player camera right there. Slacks and Keys. 2 quick eliminations. But go very far still. Now over to Neo Tilted. Clicks and Skeptic in a fight.
Got some shield. Doesn't necessarily want to use this mini to only get a 10. And he looks like he's trying to obviously take some ults, help his teammate out. No, he's getting taken. There's a trap kill. He's going to get the knock. Unbelievable, incredible plays. Bad Sniper goes down, and now he's continuing to branch out. When you guys are in fights like this, you always want to do exactly what he's doing right now, which is branch out, continue to build these little 1x1s with pyramids, try to confuse your opponents of where you actually are healing up.
Skeptic just 8 builds left. They're trying to stay alive right now. They do have the number advantage. Clicks has time to pop 1 mini, and it looks like they're going to go for it right now. They made the conscious decision to try to build out, but no. They back up for a moment.
Finally gets a shotgun.
Yep, shotgun picked up.
Oh my God, we got some trap
talk in real life? Did he just take the L in real life? Homie, this is land. This dude's gonna come over. No, I'm just kidding.
40?
But the Stinks come on in.
Stinks coming in, 22 health left, Campfire down, he has.
Oh, and look who's here.
Third party, hello.
Look who's here. NA puts up the take the L, and EU says, no, no, no. This is the World Cup, baby. I'm gonna show which continent is best. Mitro and Mongrel, full HP, and they storm roll through.
Duelings for Mitro,
Clicks
still
right
plays
there.
down low. Wow, incredible. Look at that kid. Gold Scar, Gold Combat, Heavy Shotgun, or I'm sorry, Heavy Sniper Rifle for taking opponents' walls. Look at, they're just stealing and bum rushing, and that's going to be it.
And there's no shot right there. Skeptic. You saw, hey, putting on a show. I love it. The man does YouTube for a reason. But then also a fantastic player. I think speaks a little bit too soon. Aiden now on your screen. Does knock one. Hasn't finished the elimination yet, so still will gain 50 HP if he can get the full. There it is. Now a 2 versus 1. Aiden and Sean. Look at how weak Sean is, though, Ninja.
Sean has absolutely no health. A little bit of shield. Hopefully we're going to drop some minis here. Aiden being the good team that he is. I'm sure he's calling it out right now. But it is also a 2-on-1, and they don't know, we don't know how weak this guy is right now, but if he is weak, they're going to look to try to trade. And there's a double shotgun shot for over 21 white. Players no shield left are going to try to put the pressure on. Sean has health, and look how aggressive they're being. They're both one hit. They can actually grab.
They're going for it. They're saying, you know, you would have thrown the trap down by now. And there it is. And look at the take from Aiden. The jump out to the side, and they'll be rewarded with shields, with materials. And look, Aiden actually, there was 2 big shields.
Yeah.
Aiden's gonna get the full health.
That's incredible, man.
You see the stats so far in this game. Aiden has done 434 damage, has taken 312, and he's near back up to max health. I know Aiden is a crowd favorite here. Every time the camera goes on, there's a big cheer from this sold-out arena.
For those of you guys who do not know, the Storm Circle is about to update right now. We just saw our second one, forcing everyone out of the north and east side of the map. And also, guess what? Every single llama was found.
Yep.
All 5 llamas have been found, so we have some probably high material players right now.
A lot of rotation.
Oh my god, I can't even. Freaking out, man.
You're getting into it.
Looks
right
like a
now.
lot of people.
I love it.
Yeah, we're looking around. They're all gone. There's
Yep.
only one airdrop that's left, which means a lot of players. It's very difficult, man. Going for airdrops is super risky, but it looks like everyone at the World Cup here is taking their chances.
And what's kind of funny with this zone, as you see it on the bottom right side of your map, the slipstreams are there to basically help everyone get from the southeast, east, and south side of the map.
Hallo, kannst du mich hören? Hallo? What the fuck, Kicker, bro? Ach, Digga, so kleiner Killerstauber, Digga! Hallo? Kannst du mich hören? Dein Headset macht komische Geräusche, das nervt. Bitte kannst du es ausmachen. Danke. Mann, mach doch mal dein Kack-Headset jetzt aus, Mann.
Try to fly across the map together.
Good teamwork.
As the frantic rotation begins to move on in, more Storm Surge will soon begin to come into play as well.
Jack, I have a question for you, man.
Yes.
Once these circles start closing in so small, what do you think is the play? To rotate in right away once it's revealed if you're far out, or to wait and be the last team?
For me, it completely comes down to what you have left, what you have in your inventory, where you are at, the leaderboards as well. If I'm in a position where I know I need to make some ground up on the leaderboards, I want to rotate early and try to begin to spray back on the opponents to get some free eliminations.
Yes.
If you get the zone on you, you begin to just build on up and get that height so you can spray on down as well. In this one, though, again, all comes down to rotation. If you have nothing to rotate with and you're far away, I think you play late and hope someone else drops a launch pad near you and use that community pad to your advantage.
Yeah, we're looking over here at Yue, 3 eliminations, sitting here with some very good materials, and definitely a very delicious loadout. Anyone with a heavy sniper and a blue SMG in a combat.
And remember, he started the game in Snobby Shores with that clutch when KBB did go down, so they're still in this one
he
because
still has that beautiful blue combat where he clutched it with, man.
Yes, he does, and all the materials he could ever ask for it. Nearly 100 builds in this one.
You see they're marking right now. I think they have a double heavy sniper combo.
They're either marking double heavy or they're saying, focus this, the zone's closing there.
We're gonna find out soon enough. It literally looks like he's marking exactly. He's trying to look and see. Yep,
oh, they do have a double heavy sniper. And Ninja called it. The man knows. They see one. And
you guys saw the pyramid. This is exactly what Jack talked about earlier. You need 2 walls, 2 layers protecting you from one of those walls, so that double sniper will not take you down.
But they've got the tools, the key to open all doors, as I put it, and this zone.
Mann, fuck doch nicht ab, Digga. Digga, was ist das für Musik an, Digga? Was ist das? Das ist geil. What? Mann, ich hab keine Lust mehr, mach doch mal den Headset kurz weg, Digga.
fries on a fast food order. Why am I thinking about food?
Oh my, you know, Jack, it's pretty expected at this point. But God, two NA teams have taken game 1 and game 2, and honestly, I think that we can all say that the teams hyped up the most have been even. Guess what? Mongraal and Mitro, man, they've also been performing well. They still have so many points from eliminations.
Yep.
Oh man, what a great shotgun shot. They were perfectly in sync. They're even jumping and shotgunning at the same time.
Vinny, pop off, man. You love the pop off. So Zexro's about to start cranking 90s or default dancing in the lobby.
Yeah. That's what that focus is.
Today's competition, the energy in here is insane. I am looking around and there are thousands and filling up the Arthur Ashe Stadium live from New York City. Again, my name's Jack Courage Dunlop, joined by Tyler Ninja Blevins for what is the first ever Fortnite World Cup Finals. $30 million on the line this weekend. Millions will be tuning on in from across the world. There's so many ways to watch, and we're just 1/3 of the way done with today's action, and it's already been fantastic.
I don't even want it to end, man. I could be here all night. These games are incredible.
Yep.
You just listen, if you guys are watching at home, you guys want to be here, right? You guys want to be competing. Take notes.
Yeah.
Watch these players. Watch how they build. Watch the fights that they take, the way they rotate. I'll see you guys here next year.
Well, guess what? Game number 2 ended with style with the North American duo of Vinny and Zexro taking it. They're on the floor with none other than Jordan Fisher.
Thank you so much.
Kind of hectic because of noise, but really good effort. Great. Fantastic work, guys. Back to you, Ninja and Courage. JD! Thank you so much, Jordan. The duo
of Vinny and Zexro. Yeah, that makes so impressive.
Yeah, all the times you've seen
At tournaments, while they might be some younger players, they've definitely been
of the duo qualifiers every single week. Even though they already qualified, they continue to keep playing and practicing. Guess what? They just took the game number 2. You gotta be pumped right now, man. Once you win one of these games, you can't let up, though. Again, and that's why I love that energy. Zex was immediately just, I felt like he was just talking about, what are we gonna do next? Hey, man, good job. We won that. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Right? How are we gonna change? Maybe even better somehow. Get more limbs in game 3.
No, for sure. And they know that. They're not gonna take their foot off the gas pedal. Folks, we have our standings after game number 2. Where are things playing on out? It is still Zayt and Sap at the top. Dubs and Mega at 18 points in second. Zexro and Vinny with that performance go from 0 points up to 17, Ninja.
And that is the beauty of how this plays on out. Anyone can have a pop-off game
and come right back. Mongraal and Mitro still in.
Xerox, Item, Forwin, and Tux, Snappy, and Red Rush all there. All of the same staff, but nice little lead right now. Nobody is safe from the rest of this lobby, I'll tell you that. We need $100,000 to do a, but if you
Ey, wenn du jetzt nicht redest, dann gehe ich gleich raus, ne? Weil ich mach gar keinen Bock, alleine jetzt so hier zu sein. Ich rede doch einfach mal, Mann. Dann gehe ich YouTube, ist mir egal, ob ich jetzt streame. Boston.